What's up, y'all? It's GT Junior Grows at Alaska. So I am. It's a overcast day today, but I have this new mic. I listened to my last two lives, and they were not that great. One of them was because of the internet, so I have no control over that. But the audio, I have a lot more um, say so on that. So I just wanted to test this microphone that I had purchased. So we're gonna go ahead and get everything cracking. And I like to have my earbuds in so I can hear, but gonna we're gonna just let that go. So what's up, Laura Garden? How you doing? How you doing? So can you hear me? Let me see if I put it right here. Yeah, you said sound good. This down. Well, let me know when I put it on my. You still hear me? It was the distortion that I was. It may be too close. Is that too close? I need one of those. Hey there, my Renaissance grandma. Is it too close? No, it's not. Okay. So you can hear me clearly because I got to go back because I I went back to listen to the live. I was like, oh my goodness! It was like, okay, see, I'm moving. Is my voice distorted or anything like that? I'm gonna go back and make adjustments if I need to move it down so that it doesn't do that. Then that's cool too. And I'm gonna show you the garden real quick. How is everybody doing? I think there's a couple people live right now. Yes, loud and clear. Even when I turn my head like this, still hear me? Because I got it right by my neck. So I'm sorry I'm asking you all these 21 questions like I'm 50 Cent, but that's one of my favorite rappers too. So we'll go ahead and change the camera angle. Okay. This is the other way. So turn it back. Change the camera. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay. So there we go. So what we have is the beginning stages. So everything you see here, these are all root vegetables. There's carrots in here. There's um, beets. There's turnip. This is the beginning stages. So I can't identify. Sorry about the plane. Can't identify everything. And of course, we got a couple of weeds here and there. Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. And see, I get to see how the airplane uh, is done in my video too. So this is a great test. This is a mustard green, I believe. It came back from last year. These are those huge squash that I showed y'all a picture of a long time ago. That's what this is right there. So they get humongous. They get, oh my goodness. And this one is starting to develop more than the others. It's overcast right now. More of those. Got a couple of squash in here. I think these are just the green zucchinis. Have more squash right here. These squash are going to be humongous, so they're going to cover a width of 4 to 12 inches. They get humongous. So we didn't put as many other plants in here. A couple of cabbages over here. They're really, really small. Got to get in here and water. A couple of weeds here. And all the weeds, I'm just going to, just pull them out. Some of them have medicinal uses. But yeah, a couple of kale right here. That's the scarlet kale. These are beginning stage. So they need to be fertilized. This right here is a leafy green that comes back every year. So take the leaves and do microgreens with these. Yeah, pretty flowers. Bring in the pollinator. This is the section that I made. More of the scarlet kale. Scarlet kale is really, really pretty, y'all. I'm telling you. These are some native weeds that come back every year. I'm going to look them up again and see if they have any uses. And then we'll move forward with that. And there's just a lot of them that came in, y'all. Okay, let's go over here. These are collard greens, I believe. Let's see. No, it washed off. I'm pretty sure that these are collard greens. And it's just a little section that I took out of the, the native weeds. Just make a little section. Here are the potatoes right here. We're going to heal these up again. They're growing. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to, and what I've noticed with potatoes here in our area, the potatoes do well when you put them along the sides of the grow bed. Yeah. So there's some that's in the middle, and I'm always going to do that. But I tried to put majority of them on the side. I don't know why, but they did very well. This is we're redoing this trellis today. That is one of the main reasons why we're outside. This was just a makeshift trellis that we made for the peas and the beans that we dropped. So I'll be redoing this, and we'll come back and look at that. These are the peas and the beans right here. These are the sugar daddy, and I forgot the other ones. Surprised I don't have the. Let me see. That is not a squash. There's a squash somewhere over here. Oh, here you go. Here's one of the squash. They're not doing good, but they only been out here a couple of days, so we're just gonna hit it with some fertilizer. Pretty flowers. About 2 years ago, one of the people that worked here, they did a lot of flowers. It's like, man, we're not growing flowers. We're growing food. Here are more of the potatoes right here. So we're gonna heal these up today because they're doing pretty good. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. Okay, walk over here. This is my super juice. So we're gonna be let's sat here for 3 days? No. A week and 3 days. Yeah. So this is what we're gonna do. It's got the banana in there, decomposing, and it's grass, and they actually growing. Look at that. So we're gonna take some of that and fertilize the plants. Let's see. What's up with you, Nikki, the OCD-ish chick? Y'all let me know how I sound. I am testing this new microphone. Good now. Feedback. Getting some feedback. Dixieland Homestead, hello to you. I hear you here when you turn your head, but not as loud. Okay, so 1 second, let me. Camera angle, 1 second. Okay, so it was right here. So we're going to move it down See if that makes a difference. I'm trying to just get this to where it's working right. I just got one more part to show y'all, two more parts to show y'all. Sit y'all up right there. Okay. So I'm just checking everything to make sure that the voice comes out clear. Because that one video, I was like, the audio is key. Video, that's an enhancement. People learn from it or whatever, but having that audio is key. People walk around and do what they do, complete their jobs and everything, but audio messed up. So y'all let me know, how does it sound right now? I'll go back to the chat and I'm gonna finish this little tour real quick. Let me make sure that I spoke to everybody that came in. Okay. And Dixieland Homestead, thank you for coming. I think this is your first time here. Jane Doe, what's up, Jane Doe? How you doing? Everybody is speaking. The sound is great. Everyone is speaking. Thank you, Nikki. She is Sunshine. What's good with you, girl? How you doing? What's y'all weather like? It's like 66 degrees here, but oh man, I ain't mean to do that. It's kind of cloudy right now. It's about to start raining. A couple of drops have hit me, but it's still a pretty cool day. Let's see. Make sure. Growing with Hudson, what's up, girl? Good and clear. Thank you. What's up with your G mama? Yeah, that one video, I was like, oh my goodness, it sounded so terrible. And then the chicken video, there's not good internet back there, and I found that out. I never knew, because it took a little bit of strategic placement to get my cameras to work where the chicken coop is. Because I have three cameras out there on the chicken coop, and I had to bring an extension downstairs to actually make that work better. Extreme heat, 94 degrees here in Maryland. Whoa, Nikki. It's Satan. It's like Satan toe jam here. She is Sunshine got a way of just phrasing it. Goodness gracious, girl. Everyone is speaking to everyone. Yeah. I thank y'all for coming over, and I thank anybody that's coming over to the replay. I'm testing this microphone, and I'm seeing this placement. If I turn my head and if I'm working, is this going to work better than the distortion that I heard on one of my other videos that I did on my other lives? So just making sure that I greet everyone that comes in, and I see that everyone is speaking to everyone. It's 93 degrees in Tennessee. I'm sorry, y'all. Zone 7 is going to be my best option, and the way Nikki talking, I don't know, because Nikki's in Zone 7, so just a Zone 7 that gets, not as hot as Texas, and especially not as, that duration. No. Oh, look at that. Georgia done came up in here. 89. That's what I'm talking about. 8B. Okay. Yes, thanks for hitting that like button. Oh, Jane Doe is doing her thing. So I'm going to turn y'all around real quick and let y'all see what this garden looks like over here on this other side. Came over here and we set up this greenhouse. I'm actually going to drop that video. Somebody is going to want to watch it. So this is what we did. Okay, this is the work garden. Okay, so we started some onions from seeds. So we're going to take these little bitty onions and we're going to place them strategically all throughout the garden. There's different varieties here. Like, oh, that's a leek. Okay, so most of the other ones are going to be onions. Yep, so this was started in February 1st. So we're going to take all of these little lettuces, we're going to place these closer to the house because they'll get more shade. And what is this? Swiss chard. Swiss chard just didn't do too well, but we still gonna pot them up. What we have here is we have a couple of tomatoes that we're gonna pot up today. That's the plan. We have about 4 or 5 tomato plants right here. Everything, almost a lot of stuff in here was started from seed. We have more Swiss chard right here, and these I think these are cabbage. Let me see. There's a tag in here somewhere. So these are cabbages. These right here are lettuce, more lettuce that we're gonna. What kind of moth is that? Let's see, it's pretty though. I don't know. Black and white moth. It's pretty though. You going, girl? Okay, we have a couple of these peppers that we're gonna pot up. I only work here 2 days a week, so sometimes it's hard to, schedule everything because there's other people that I work with as well. But I find the time to get out here and help one of my guys with his gardening. These are some nasturtiums, I believe. I can't remember what I planted there. We have some cucumbers down here. This is and we just use these as let me see, this is the white spine. I gotta use my garden markers because that mug is coming off. And this is white spine as well. So I tried to plant white spine right beside each other. And we just used the solo cup, and we just broke the solo cup, in many different pieces so that we didn't have to buy plant labels because that's costly, And here are more cucumbers down here. These are the Saladmore bush, and this is a F1. It's a hybrid. And you already know how hybrids are different from GMOs. And these 2 cucumbers, these 2 right here, these are straight 8. Yeah. And we potted up some of the tomatoes right here in these little 1-gallon grow bags that you get from the HD. And here's the corn, still little, knee high it's supposed to be bigger than that, but these are baby ones and another kind I forgot. But yeah, we got that in a 5-gallon. We're just trying to do what we could do. We have some squash over here that we planted up on Wednesday. We have nothing but male flowers right now, but that's okay. It's the beginning of our season here. And what we have here this is the soil that we chose to use. We mixed this with some, what's the name of the stuff? I forgot. Peat moss. Yeah, we mixed it up with peat moss. That's one of the guys that I work with that you heard in the background. So we mixed this up with some peat moss and old soil, and we move it like this. It was on sale for $5. So just bust the bag open and poke holes in the bottom of it and let it do what it do. We just did this on Wednesday though. These are some watermelons right here. Got some sugar babies, and some other melons, some cantaloupe right here, where we're gonna be doing. Wait, let me stay focused. Sorry. Here is the table queen squash. It's like a winter squash, if I'm not mistaken. This right here is the winter buttercup. These were started $4.27.25. Yeah, got some celery right here. And see, we have more space to actually do what we do. This is a new greenhouse. Yeah, this is a new greenhouse. I put it together. It was affordable. It's different from the last greenhouse that I bought. These snap, like you can actually hear it go. It makes a little sound when it's doing good or whatever. So, yeah, this is a good one. We have it in. I would have liked to put it in, 3 more feet outside over there because of the sun and those trees right here. But, I have to. We have to watch out for the house. the house and the snow load. We have to watch out for that, and people throwing their snow over and stuff. So this is what it looks like. So we have a couple of. We're gonna pot up all of these, and we'll see what we do. All right, let me turn this camera around. Oh, here's one more celery right there. Okay, let's get back to the chat. Let's see. All right. What is this noise? What's this? I didn't mean to push that. Hold on. Okay, I'm back to the chat. All right. Thank y'all for being patient with me. I did 20 minutes. I was trying to do 10 minutes. So the reason why I chose some of the plants, I chose the sugar baby because sugar baby is going to be easier to manage than some of the other varieties that are available because it's just small watermelon. So that's why I chose that one. And I only work here 2 days a week at this one. I work more than 32 hours, but at this specific home, I don't do as much. I'm only here for 2. So people are dropping the weather. I'm back in the chat real quick. Last thing I remember is the great state of Georgia saying something. I had to plug that. Okay, G Mama dropped her weather. It's 92 degrees. Ain't you in zone 6? G Mama? 92? 48% humidity. What time of day is it there? Lord. Man, y'all in these 90s. Y'all can keep that. It's been raining like crazy. It's been raining in the Steels that hot? Oh, man, I know that humidity is off the chain, Nikki. Oh, my goodness. Stick your tongue. Nice seedlings. Thank you, G Mama. Thank you. How do you like using those white grow bags? I don't know. I've used them before, but I haven't judged them. I haven't evaluated if it's better or worse than any other planting system I've ever used. So I don't have an answer for that one. But they're affordable. I mean, you get like 50 of them for like $20 or something like that. So it's very affordable. And then the microphone that I got, let me show you. My wife had bought me a microphone 2 years ago, but it's one of those professional microphones because I used to sing. I'm lying. I can't sing. I can carry water bottles, but I can't carry a note. This is what I bought. It was on sale. This is one of the gifts that she got me for Father's Day. Yeah. This one right here is a wireless mic. It also works for the other people. It works for the greatest operating system, Android. And it also works for the other one, iPhone. I'm just playing. And what else I bought is she got this for Father's Day too. This right here. Look how small that is, y'all. Y'all see it, right? Okay. How you doing? Yeah. So I got me a little seat, and it lasts. I think this is the one that's rated for 300 pounds because your boy ain't look. So I got me a little one that I can take around. So when I'm here, I can have something to sit down at. Yeah, so I can do what I do. I got a lot of projects coming up. The chicken coop, I finally found a video that's going to help me complete this one section that I couldn't do. And that's why I haven't, I do visit YouTube, everybody that I appreciate, but then I still have to research things that are actually going to help me with my endeavors, all my little projects that I do and stuff. So was able to find something that helped me out. Um, like I was saying, my chicken is doing very well. She done messed up and she done got to my onions. I was growing onions indoors when Miss Linda had did the cabbage and collards challenge. Collards and cabbage was over there, and I had grew some. What did I just say? Onions. Some onions from seeds, and y'all, I walked by and I'm like, "What's the smell? What's that smell?" I'm like, "What is that smell?" And it was the chicken. The chicken over there smelling like onion. And then my wife, um, she took a video of her. She was over there eating them. I hope she don't. It seemed like it made her happy though. Like she got more energy and everything. I did, whenever you're getting these animals and you have just a small, you know, homestead and you need to learn certain skills. So that means that you have to watch certain videos that help you, help your animals as best as possible. Just like I keep debating if I'm gonna get rabbits, and I think next year I'm gonna get rabbit. It may not, most likely, it's not gonna be for consumption. It's just gonna be um, for the fertilizer because I can't. Yeah. So got my little stool. I'm sorry to show you this one more section before we go, but I want to make sure that I speak to everybody who looks. G Mama said, looks like they're growing good. What's up, Dark X? How are you doing? I got some of those types of grow bags. Haven't used them yet. Oh, that's what's up. What's up with you, pimp? True, true, true. Just doing a little live real quick. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna leave in about an hour. Hey, could you hey, could you the G tube? The G tube?
Unhook Eddie. Oh, gotcha.
Appreciate you, man.
All right. Appreciate you, Justin.
You know I don't know these words, man. I be forgetting. Thank you, man. You know me. All right. Hudson has a question. Were you able to germinate your king of bitters? That might be my first project for hydroponics. For hydroponics, no, I will try again because I did, but then the dust came across. So I'm getting my greenhouse blowed out. I bought an air compressor. Um, it was affordable, but there's things that you need. I'm, I'm just getting things that I can use within the next 2 years. So I'm gonna go ahead and blow it out. I'm still trying to figure out how to actually make the dust go out of the garage. I can blow it and move it, but do I have just a fan in the window blowing out? Do I open the garage a little bit and have the fans that way and then cover up the other side so it's more directional? So I'm trying to figure out all of these things. Um, but no, I did germinate the bitter. What I remember is keep the soil very moist, build a greenhouse, a little, little greenhouse over it or whatever. When you start to see life, then ease the greenhouse little bit by little bit from off of it. And yeah, when you said the bitters, the first thing that I thought of was bitter melons because I have bitter melons, and I'm like, did I even tell somebody that I was doing that? But I have bitter melons in a solo cup, and they're vining. They're vining, so they're catching everything, and it's like I don't want you to vine yet, but that's another topic. I'm gonna show y'all. Let me make sure. Mel's Garden. Hello, hello. Thank you. Remember, y'all, we're testing this microphone. So I'm going to turn and everything just to make sure that this microphone works properly. Now, let's look. And your mic is sounding great. Thank you. The Educated Natural. What's up, girl? How you doing? Yeah, she did a lot, showing all the success she having in her garden. Yes, we have a heat advisory here in zone 6A. Oh, hoo, 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 hoo. Working hard so I can. Oh, you working hard? That's what's up, the Educated Natural. Everyone is speaking. They're raining here on the West Coast. Oh, okay, okay. Darth X. Darth X, you're in a cold climate, I believe, as well, aren't you? Let me see. Nikki said it hasn't really been that hot, but we're making up for the heat now. We need a little bit. Yeah, it is a nice gift, huh, Jane Doe? But then she got me one of those professional ones. And this one right here, I listened to that video. I went and I found one. I was like, man, this is embarrassing. I'm always talking about audio, 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 and then I come through like, ragamuffin style. So I thank everybody for coming over here. That's nice. I want one. I just blew my mic record. I'm outside recording in the rain. I'll be getting another one. They help block the hood noises. Do you know, right? Like 2 minutes before I started, somebody came through and they was on that knock, dun, and it was sounding good. It wasn't like no 8-ball MJG or no TI or none of that right there. But they, it had a little nice little beat. But anyways, Castings 55, what's good? How you doing? Nice. See, I like the folds up and down really quick. Yes, with me traveling the way I do, as far as going to different locations, it's it's suitable for me to have something like that I could break down and pick up in one in 5 seconds at the very most. Yeah. So I'm gonna show y'all this last part, and I'm gonna get up out of here. I've been getting my quail supplies. I want to raise quail. The little eggs. There's some little bitty eggs, but they so cool. And you probably won't have to. Who is that? Zoe's Homestead. Zoe's Homestead. He has quail. He incubated. I think that's what it's called. He incubated some, or he was going to put them in the incubator. But it's a quick meal. They produce very fast as far as being mature. They give you these little bitty eggs, but you can actually multiply them. They're not as loud there, but I heard that there's a lot of information that I'm gathering about quail. But that's what's up, G Mama. Yeah, across the street from me. Okay, you got wild California quail. Oh no, Darth X definitely ain't in the cold climate. He talking about California. Okay, G Mama was able to drop her YouTube channel. Look at Nightbot doing it. Yeah, so I made it to the bottom of the chat. That's what my aim was. And now I'm going to show you this last part of the garden real quick. Change the settings real quick. Turn on the camera. Okay, then we're going to go to the back camera. Okay, so this right here, these building blocks that they have at the HD. Just took some wood, put them between there. This is about 12 inches. Yeah, about 12 inches. And what we did is, these are the strawberries, and I brought some strawberries from my house. And as you see, this one right here actually has a flower coming up. So this will be the second year that this has been here. And we're going to wait for these to. Whoa, that stem right there is rigid. That is a rigid stem. That mug is wow. So we want this strawberry plant to actually send out runners. When it sends out the runners, then that means that we'll have this will be a strawberry bed. Also, what we have here is some garlic and some onions that I put in here last year. So they're coming up, as you see right here. Yeah, there we go. So yeah. Yep, so that's one, and we have some weeds in here. We're not gonna concentrate on those. And then we have more and more onions and garlic. I think these are onions. I forgot. Miss Linda had said a rule. I forgot what her rule was. She said it in one of her videos. I said, I'm gonna remember that. I didn't. But yeah, dandelions. These dandelions don't see. Look at that root right there. Yeah. Dandelion root has some medicinal effects, y'all. I'm not gonna go into them, but yeah. And some of these, look at that. All right, y'all. More strawberries coming up right here. More over here. So they're sending out their little runners. Okay. So let's say goodbye to everyone, and then I will catch y'all in these streets. All right, y'all. Is GT Junior Grows at Alaska, and I'll catch y'all. That's we're rebuilding. We've been building compost right there. Yeah, been in compost. Oh, that's right. We got some rhubarb right there. That's rhubarb. That's from that tree. That tree right there puts all that stuff there. But that's all rhubarb. I forgot. We just started off with 4, but as you see, there is plenty of rhubarb in here. So we can make some of the nasty stuff with the rhubarb. I'm not a big fan of rhubarb, but there's plenty of stems in here. Yep. So it's looking real good in here. Hopefully y'all can see that. All right, y'all. It's GT Junior Grows at Alaska. And just showing y'all my work garden. There's a lot of other spaces that we could look at, but we didn't put nothing in there this year. Next year, hopefully we'll be able to utilize more of the garden, more of the yard. But y'all keep on doing what y'all doing. It's GT Junior Grows at Alaska, and I will catch y'all later. All right, have a good one. Those leaves are huge, y'all. So I'll be coming. We don't eat the leaves of the rhubarb. We only eat the stems. I'm going to be doing a hydroponic live one of these days coming up real soon. It might be tomorrow. I got to figure it out. But y'all keep on growing. Do your thing. It's your guy. And I guess the mic works. Even when I do all my little strenuous movements and stuff. All right, then, y'all. The greenhouses are a great idea, but they might get flattened by the snow. Well, the thing about the greenhouse is we take off the covers. Okay. I've had mine for at least 2 years. I take off the covers when it starts to snow, and the poles are strong enough to where they can hold a little snow or whatever, and it just falls off. Yeah. These little ones, we get some big snow. I mean, some big winds as well, but everything seems to work. A couple of years, and it still works perfectly fine. Sorry, that's the airplane up there. And I'll be able to gauge and see how close the airplane sounds are. But no. All right, then, y'all. Yeah, it works. Just take off the cover when it starts to snow, and yeah. All right, then, y'all. It's GT Junior, and I'm out. Trust the process.